What's up, YouTube? How you doing? So this request is could Steely Dan have rested on their legacy after Asia and been done? Do I think that could have been it, and would that have been enough? Well, you wouldn't have gotten the track FM A19. You wouldn't have gotten the Gotcha album. Gotcha. Gotcha was a pretty big rock when it came out. Some of the songs. You wouldn't have gotten Fagan's The Nightfly solo. I don't know. But as far as the group go, I don't know. I don't know if the band, I don't know if that would have impacted that or not. But Gacho, some people like Gacho a lot, some don't. Asia was a happening album, though. I mean, where do I begin? Um, the musicianship was tight, of course. I mean, you had Michael McDonald doing background vocals. Joe Sample from the Crusaders was playing on the keyboards. There's a lot of great, strong saxophone riffs, runs. Their trademark vamps and sounds are in full effect, you know. Um, and it's just when you listen to it, it just takes you to a place and a time. It just really hits you. It's just really what I call a pros pro type of a record. When they approached an album, it was kind of like we're doing something that we're going to be not only proud of, but we're sounding like how we want to sound. It's like you couldn't really even put their music into a category because it elements of rock, elements of R&B, elements of adult contemporary. Now yacht rock wants to claim them. Um, Pop, of course. They had a distinctive sound. No one sounded like Steely Dan. And then when you get to lyrical content, when you hear Josie, that's crazy. So they have ways of saying and doing things, and how they figure how they put you. But Black Cow was the lead cut, and that thing is still funky and chunky. You remember Uptown Baby, We Gets Down, Lord Tariq and Peter Guns, and then you had Tatiana Ali. Remember in '98, that song was a top 10 hit for two different artists. Still Dan got all the publishing, but it was huge. So you don't forget stuff like that. That was the mark of the beast right there. That was a distinctive record. Black Cow was a crazy cut. And then we get to Deacon Blues, which was one of the coldest. Crimson Tide, one of them songs that you just can't begin to put into words. And they just had a way of just bringing it. So when taking the jazz funk sensibilities with the pop appeal, and it's kind of hard. Like when you go back and you listen to the records, I got the news, you hear this record and you're like really are blown away by not only the sonic of it, but Gary Katz did a great job of production, and they always had top of the line session musicians, but they didn't sound like cats that were just trying to hit top 40 or hit radio. They had a distinctive flavor. So I think it was the approach. I think it was the dialect, the feel of it. It put you in the frame of mind like it was a movie. It's like it was taking you to a part of town that all this was going on, all that they saw growing up and what have you. And then you were kind of compartmentalizing and you're like, wow, this is how it was. And it was some incredible high mental evaluations that wouldn't loan themselves to be just for the faint of heart. So that's how I look at Steely Dan, and that's how I look at this particular record. I think it's a great record, and I think it's very important. Now, what should they could they have that been their last record and secured their legacy? Yeah, yeah, easily. Cause I like the Asia record. Gacho was cool. I like some songs on the Gacho, but being honest with you, I like Nightfly and some of the songs that Fagan had solo. Walter Becker's album debut was underrated, underappreciated. The rest of Steely Dan records were there was a couple of things, but nothing like hits you when you hear the old and how you put it in play and perspective. So they would have been straight though. They would have been straight. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another, and please give me your thoughts and takes on the Steely Dan's Aja album, and let me know where you're standing on that issue. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.